So just kind of, think about starting to settle in and, figuring out exactly what it is that you need to do so that you can really be present for the next, 25, 30 minutes. So interesting because so often we're not present in our own lives. We're not necessarily aware of what's actually happening. We're aware of how we're responding to what we project might be happening or what we anticipate might come next. So being present is probably one of the most critical pieces of just, practicing awareness and mindfulness. So just really, try to be here in this moment with yourself. And, the with yourself includes physically, emotionally, spiritually, in your thinking mind, when the mind starts to wander, just kind of draw it back to your breath. Because the breath is the thing that's contemporary. The breath is the thing that's current. It's what's happening right now. Everything else is usually a projection or a memory. And we're really good at projecting worst case scenarios and remembering the darkest parts of things. It's interesting. If we could only attach to the lightness, if we could attach to the things that are working for us, if we could attach to the things that went well, then we wouldn't spend so much time projecting the worst case scenario, because what we're talking about tonight is the law of polarity, which means that everything exists, and it also exists in the opposite form. So on both ends of the spectrum, I talk often, frequently about your experiences and how you choose to label your experiences, because in each experience, there is a bit of everything. So every experience has a full range from what we would call, feeling comfortable and aligned with, and feeling uncomfortable and misaligned with. Some of you might call it good or bad, light or darkness, you know, good versus evil, those kinds of things. But, every experience, every aspect of ourselves, has positive and negative qualities, even down to the molecular structures of our body, right? Where, positive and negative ions, and it's how it works. It's the balance. So the law of polarity is embracing that, if you are seeing the darkness, that there is also the light. And if you are seeing the light, there's also the darkness. Talk about, just in relative terms, the sun rises, daylight occurs, the sun sets, darkness arrives, and it's degrees of darkness, it's degrees of daylight. So let's just start to draw the awareness back to that infinite, ever present breath, the infinite, ever present breath. So using the nostrils to inhale and create space in the chest and fuel the body, and using the exhale to soften and relax and release. And just following the wave of your breath. Allowing the melting of your body, allowing the release of the tension and the release of the negativity or the negative self-talk, followed by more refueling, creating more space. So in the law of polarity, we're noticing what we're noticing for a reason. If we're noticing the darkness in something, then it's an opportunity to, kind of learn and work through that. If we're noticing the good in something, it's an opportunity to remind ourselves that there is good and that things are working for us. The opportunity is always there to see in the perspective in which we need to see. And, if we can look at our lives in a 360 in the round, if we can take the seat of the witness or remove ourselves from the emotional attachment and, watch what's happening with a little more objective viewpoint or a little less emotional attachment, then maybe we see the purpose of the darkness and we see where we need to allow the light to infiltrate, or we see what more clearly what's happening. So it's the breath that helps us regulate the emotion, that allows us the clarity to see exactly the perspective that we're taking, and maybe all of the other perspectives become clear as well. So we can see things from multiple angles or different sides. That creates the clarity to make the decision. If we're only seeing things from a place of darkness, or we're stuck in a space where that's the only perspective we're allowing ourselves, then we're not seeing the entire truth. We're only seeing the part of the story that serves us or that keeps us stuck or allows us to stay in the darkness. So understanding the law of polarity, we know that if we happen to be in a place of dark, that there is an equal amount of light somewhere else. So if you're constantly looking at your shadow, sometimes you just have to turn around and look at the light source that creates the shadow. Wouldn't be a shadow without a light source. Nice deep inhale, fill your body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently relax into this moment. Relax into the awareness that there is balance, that there are equal amounts of all things that create who you are. Where you're focusing your attention, what you're noticing, how you're speaking to yourself, how you're feeding your mind and your physical body and your emotions, all play a role in which perspective you take. Nice deep inhale, fill the body with breath. And on the exhale, softly, gently release, relax just a little bit more. Nice deep inhale. Slow, gentle exhale. Follow the breath in. Follow the breath out. Remind yourself to stay present. Remind yourself to keep current, to allow the current of energy in your physical body to be here with you right now. Not wasting your energy on regrets or anticipation of worst case scenarios. The way we refuel is to stay present and tap into our unlimited energy. And then funnel it in the way that best provides us the opportunity for the direction we choose to go next. Follow the breath in. Follow the breath out. The thing I most love about your breath is that it's always with you. You never have to find it. You cannot leave home without it. You cannot be lost from it. It's always there. There's always an opportunity to reconnect with your breath, to reconnect with the present moment, to refuel your body, to release the tension, to recognize unnecessary thoughts or, thoughts that steal you away from right now. The breath is key in the regulation of your emotions. Nice deep inhale. And soft, gentle exhale. Even the breath is symbolic of the polarity, the fullness versus the empty. We need both. In order to refill, you must first empty. In order to make space, you must release. Following the breath, softening and relaxing the body. Another fine example of polarity is the tension in your body necessary to push through situations, to hold you upright. There's got to be a certain amount of tension. But if we're on the other side, not equaling the amount of relaxation and rest and recuperation, then we're off balance. We're lopsided. Sometimes literally and sometimes figuratively. Take a nice deep inhale, fill the body with breath. Match the cadence and depth of the breath with the exhale. Balance that out. If we're spending entirely too much time in our heads, in our minds, and not enough time in the present, we're misaligned. We're off balance. So noticing right here and now who you are and how you feel and what you have to offer. And finding that love and kindness and compassion for yourself so that you can offer that to others. The way we talk to ourselves dictates how far we move. The way we talk to ourselves dictates the direction in which we travel. Always remember that you were created by the same God or the same universe that created everyone and everything else. You are no less than. You are deserving of all the things. Nice deep inhale fills the body with breath. Allow it to come in. The more you take in, the more you get to let go on that exhale. Balance it out. Polarity, equal amounts of positive and negative, equal amounts of light and dark, equal amounts of present and non-present, equal amounts of tension and relaxation. It's all working for you. And having the understanding that it's there and where you place your attention and how you label your experiences is the determining factor on how far or how close you get to go. So imagine the breath is refueling the body, creating space, bringing in light, and the exhale is indicative of the darkness, right? So the inhale is the sun and the exhale is the moon. No one said that either was more preferable than the other. We need it all. We need the nighttime to restore and reflect. We need the daytime to move and push. No one said that one had any more value than the other. They are equally important. It is equally important to go out there and put yourself out there as it is to come back in and spend time reflecting. Somewhere along the line, we got caught up on rights and wrongs. This is right and this is wrong. This is good and this is evil. This is an experience, and it's full of all of it. It's full of things that feel right and things that are uncomfortable. It's what helps us grow. Follow your breath in. Follow your breath out. Follow your breath in. Follow your breath out. Stay with yourself for just a moment. Notice the pulsation of your body. Imagine the positive and negative, neutrons, electrons, all working in sync, attracting one another, repelling one another. This is polarity. Each of those things plays a role in your existence. None are better than the other. They all just harmonize with each other to create harmony within you. The rise of your chest reminds you that you're alive, and the falling of the chest reminds you to be kind and gentle, to release the things that tell you otherwise. Your breath allows you to be present, non-judgmental, just present, current, contemporary in your own life. So with your body in its neutral, relaxed state, harmonizing, let's balance the breath. Let's balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So take your two peace sign fingers and place them between your brow. So the two peace sign fingers between your eyebrows. So that space right there, there's a little indentation in the chakra system. It's where the third eye is located. And the third eye is actually, it's a gland in your brain that has the properties of your outward seeing eyeballs. So it has the same properties, and it's located in your brain. So take your thumb and close off your right nostril and inhale deeply through the left. Close off your left nostril with your ring finger. Release the thumb and exhale out the right. And close or open your eyes while you're doing this. Inhale through the right. Continuing to fill the belly and the chest cavity. Close the right. Exhale out the left. Inhale through the left. Notice, follow the breath all the way in. Close off the left. Exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. Close off the right. Exhale out the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left. Exhale out the right. Couple more rounds. Inhale through the right. Close off the right. Exhale the left. Inhale through the left. Close off the left. Exhale out the right. Gently release your right arm and right hand back down to your lap. Relax the right shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale through both nostrils. And exhale through both. So we're going to return back to the cadence, right? We have just balanced the brain. We've just fired up the body, fired up the brain, fired up the energy system, and created harmony or balance between the left and right side, between the thinking and the creative, the analytic and the creative parts of our brain. When we do that, it becomes harmonized, synchronized. We can see and think more clearly. We can reduce anxious thoughts. Balance, polarity, understanding that we are created from equal parts of light and dark. For everything, there is an opposite. That is the balance. That is the fine line. So it's always there if you're looking for the darkness. But the same is true if you turn around and face the light. So each situation can be viewed from the perspective of light or dark. Not right or wrong, your choice. Whatever serves you. Relax your shoulders, soften the muscles on your face. Just notice the normal cadence of your breath. Notice the relaxed state of your physical being. The natural state of calm and centered. You're right here. And it's right now. And you can't be anywhere else. And it can't be any other time. Seize the moment, this moment of reflection, this moment of awareness. Use this pause to recognize who you are and what it is that you're capable of. So I would encourage you to keep the body soft, to stay present, to continue to check back in with your breath, to trust that your perspectives are temporary. And if it's a perspective of darkness, don't worry, it will shift. And you can take the reins. You can be in charge of shifting your perspective. Remember, there are a multitude of ways to look at the same exact circumstance. There's a million different labels. There's a million different perspectives. If you do not like the perspective that you chose the first time, then step back and notice and shift to a new one. Law of polarity. I want to thank you guys for joining me. The best gift you can give yourself is the gift of 30 minutes a week to just center and check in. Thank you. Have a great rest of the evening.